Cade Cunningham had a collapsed lung that caused some concerns amongst Pistons fans, so he could miss 1 to 2 weeks at the most. I know minor collapsed lungs are 48 to 72 hours, I read. So about 2 weeks he can miss. That could be 6, 7, 8 games, depending on how he feels. So it's not as, I think, as bad as people thought it was going to be. I mean, could miss the 65 game limit, could still make it. But he didn't sound like he'd be ready to go for playoff time. So maybe he might wear a flap jacket for the rest of the playoffs. I don't know. I would believe the NBA may allow him to wear it. Quarterbacks wear it. You know what I'm saying? Because they used to be, or still are, subjected to getting, kind of laid on and something like that happen. So he might even put that kind of rib cage flap jacket on, when he come back. So probably 2 weeks, maybe 3. But it sounded like he'd be ready for the playoffs. So maybe get fresher legs. Obviously, could have been MVP, could have made all-team, first-team NBA. And, people, what I'm saying, that the 65 NBA rule is trash if he don't, get it in. Ultimately, if more people came to work, they wouldn't have to implement that rule. But at the end of the day, a rule is a rule. And if he missed it, he missed it. At least he made the All-NBA team where he got his money, But, being one of the 2 or 3 best players in the league and then not being recognized for it, yeah, that hurt. But you got Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. But if he can just miss 2 weeks and then come back and finish full steam, I think that'd be great. But, the bright side, if he's able to fully recover, his legs would be fresh going through the playoffs. Asar Thompson legs would be fresh going into the playoffs. Stu and Durham missed their games already. So, could be a blessing in disguise. People heard collapsed lung and thought it was over for the season. I mean, it's 1 to 2 weeks. Probably going to put that flap jacket on, whatever they call it. And he'll probably be back. He might be back before then. The best thing they say is just rest and recovery. That's what you can do. So, depending on the severity of it, I read NBA.com said 2 weeks, AI said about 2 weeks, depending on, the severity of it. Could be 48 to 72 hours, depending on what you're doing. So, yeah, bare minimum, he come back, worst case scenario, come back for the playoffs with some rested legs. And they can rock and roll. So 4 of their starters had, 4 of their most important players had some type of rest, whether it was Asar, whether it was Durham, whether it was, Cade, whether it was, Isaiah Stewart, they getting a certain level of rest. So, might be a blessing in disguise, or may not be a blessing in disguise. But, right now, Doran is going to do his thing. Probably going to see more Sasser, more Doran. Hopefully LeVert can step up. We've been hoping for that. So it's going to give some guys some opportunities the next two weeks to step up. They 3.5 games up right now. So I'm not sure what the schedule look like. But hopefully, some of these guys, they can step up. And if they can't step up, they going to fall in the playoffs, and so be it. They play the Wizards again tonight. They play the Warriors at home. After that, play the Lakers at home Monday. The Hawks, the Pelicans. So really, they got to get that Warriors game. They got to get that Wizards game, and at least the Pelican game. And then Saturday, March 28th, they'll be playing, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then the following Monday, they play the Thunder. Then they got the Raptors, the Timberwolves at home, the Sixers, the he gonna need to come back. I think the Pacers, Hornets, Bucks all shutting it down. So you got Orlando, 76ers, T-Wolves. I'm reading it backwards from the last game to being the Raptors, the Thunder, T-Wolves again, Pelicans, Hawks, Lakers, Warriors. So they really got to get this Wizards win, the Warriors win, and they probably really need to steal one between Atlanta and the Lakers. They can get both of those. They'll be in great position. Then the Pelicans, they'll be in great position. So, I mean, that's the big question is, do you want to bring them back? That's the major question. Do you want to bring them back? So, I'm trying to. So, do you want to bring them back? So that was one. So so that was what? Let me see what day it was. He hurt himself. Let me pull this up. See when he hurt himself. That was March 17th. So I'm playing Patrick's Day 1. Best case scenario, you got him coming back the 31st. So now you got him coming back the 31st. That's the best case scenario. So So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, hopefully I'm gonna look at this optimistically, and hopefully this means they have these guys have fresh legs. And so I hope these guys have fresh legs, and this would be positive. But yeah, it's collapsed lungs sound mad scary. I seen him kind of got rammed. He kind of fell to the floor. Talking about back spasms, and then claim end up being the collapsed lung. So hopefully his durability, his youth is able for him to be more durable and recover faster. But yeah, it don't seem like that serious. But maybe who knows? Because ain't nobody really looking at the body. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really looking at the body. You know what I'm saying? Or we can look at how bruised or bad the lung is. So if they can do 2 weeks, he can come back 2-3 weeks. I mean, if they're in a good position, do you keep resting them? Do you try to get them to make the games? Because right now, I know he can miss 11 games at one point. And he missed the Brooklyn game, so he down to 10. He down to 10 games. So going back to my calendar, I believe it's 10 games off memory. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games. So if he can come back and get 6 games, let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he can come back April 2nd, 31st will be 2 weeks. If he would have to come back by April 2nd. He would have to come back by April 2nd and play the rest of those games. So, I mean, everything happened for a reason. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, the whole 9. Let me know what you think in the comment section, please.